Is it live? I have no idea what's going on here. My hair is a hot mess. Of course, I got this stupid screen in front of me. Well, if anybody's out there, can you hear me? It does this like every other time. It does this weird ass thing. I don't know if you guys saw my video the other day about my old picture and keto and what has happened since keto is just it's really a hot mess. Another thing that I wanted to talk about is I've backed off the sugar quite a bit. And then today I added it, and my exhaustion level has just been crazy, crazy bad. So I really think there is something to more whole food based than adding a ton of sugar in. I know some people do really well on the sugar. I just don't happen to be one of them people. But we'll see what happens. I've done it in the past. I don't know what's going on right now. I apparently I still am not normalized or whatever. Um, it's quite a journey that I'm on right now. But if anybody can hear me, just let me know. If you guys could type in the thing. I don't want other people to be on this keto thing is really really bad. People all right, thanks. Uh People don't realize just how much is going to screw you up in the long run and how much of a actual restriction diet it is because it's restricting you from eating the foods that you really should be eating. And if you're on it for a really long time, hey, what's going on? It just really it really sets you up for a long ass journey. I'll tell you what, a long ass journey. It just I think the fluke that I had in 2016 was might have actually been more of me starving myself out and riding a lot, and that's why I lost the weight, and that's why I had another rebound. So I'm really just taking my time with this one because I want to legitimately have a plan for people to actually do for themselves that doesn't involve an absurd amount of cardio and just your entire life on the bike. Now, if you like that, I mean, I would love actually if cars really didn't exist and everything was bicycle or public transportation. That would be great, but that's just not a reality of things. And I was kind of riding the amount that somebody would ride if cars didn't exist. I just started raw till 4 after yo-yo dieting for the past 2 years, and this is kind of hard. Just getting the massive amount of calories in a day every day. It's it's a daunting task, and I think it's one that I failed today because I've been pretty tired today. It's either that or the sheer amount of deliveries that I did, and the fact that it's like 40 degrees out and raining. Tell me how to eat, please. Well, you take a fork and you go in and you chew. I'm figuring this out. I really I wonder about the sugar thing. I do. I don't know. Arnold always told me not to do the sugar, to do dates instead. I'm trying that. Unfortunately, I forgot to buy the dates today, so I might have to do a little bit of sugar tomorrow. But I was talking to somebody in the background today, and she even told me that when she adds a bunch of sugar, she has the exhaustion that I mean today. I can't see myself on here because it's got this box here, but I imagine I look pretty tired. That's my problem with vegan starchy. I'm tired. Yeah, you might have to find a starch that works for you. I know I go back and forth to talking about raw, but it's just so unpractical, and I just don't feel like doing it. I'm really trying to figure out how the hell to make this happen without having to go raw every time. It's so restrictive. You're basically living on bananas and then, whatever fruit that you can find. It's just in this day and age, it's very eh. What is your day about artificial what is your day about artificial sweeteners, spartamine, things like that? It's a lot of products. Do these cause cancer? Well, they've been proven to cause cancer. If you look at the history of aspartame or however you say it, originally the FDA, it's a Dutch product, and originally the FDA turned it down. And the Dutch took some time and they got a lot of Dutch people in our FDA, and all of it because they proved that it caused cancer. And this was years like probably 1940, something like that. And our FDA at the time, which was legitimate at the time, proved that it caused cancer, and they turned it down. And the Dutch got a lot of this nefarious stuff actually comes from the Dutch, but they've got a lot of their people into the our FDA, and all of a sudden, it no longer caused cancer. It was a miracle. Nothing changed with the stuff except for they got their people in there. So like I can have one smoothie in the morning, which holds me up till the late afternoon. Then I don't know, my day just craps. Unfortunately, I'm going through the same thing. I suck at some of this stuff just as bad as anybody else. Just don't eat chemical and don't ask stupid questions. There's a fight going on. I'm struggling with energy too. I don't know what to try. I think maybe upping my greens. It's either that or they keep spraying the sky with contrails. Is sugar sweetener than salt? Is sugar sweeter than salt? I mean, what kind of question is that? Dry sugar, I've been adding cane sugar to my lemon water, and I have a lot of energy and also ripe fruit. That I think is the key to this whole thing. I think cane sugar in the organic form works much better with the body than the stuff that you find the white sugar. I know I keep saying this, um, and I hate going to the store, so I always keep not getting it. Greens don't give me energy. No, greens don't give you energy, but if you're missing some of the minerals or the vitamins within the greens and it fills the void, I guess, um, then you do notice some energy. When you eat the sugar, what do you eat it with? Generally smoothies. Sometimes I'll do like a once in a while I'll do like a form of lemonade. But I haven't done that in a while. When I read the book, what's it called? Sorry, my brain is just not here today. What's it called? Arnold Ehret, The Mucusless Diet. One of the things he talks about in the mucusless diet is using lemon and brown sugar. Now, that is a really good combination, and I did find some energy on that one. Yes, I'm using the Trader Joe's organic cane sugar for that, like the last few days, and it doesn't upset my stomach. Yeah, there's something about, I don't know if it just happens to be the size of the sugar. If there's something different with the table sugar, I have no idea. Maybe because it's organic, it doesn't have pesticides, and I really don't know, but there really is a huge, huge difference between like the Florida crystals or the organic cane sugar and regular sugar. There's such a huge difference. It's not even funny. So if you're watching this and you have upset stomach or whatever, try organic sugar, or if you can find my favorite was the Florida crystals. Lemon brown sugar sounds bomb. I used to make lemonade with date sugar. So good. Yeah, date sugar is so stupidly expensive that I never even bought it. I have bought date syrup, which is stupidly expensive, but yeah, it's got to taste very similar. I did get on a kick there for a while with coconut sugar. I don't like coconut sugar either. I don't like the way it tastes. So, I mean, to each their own. And coconut sugar, here's another one that's just stupid expensive for whatever. I mean, coconuts multiply like crazy. So it's not exactly like we're short on coconuts, and it's not exactly like people aren't obsessed with coconut water and coconut everything. So I'm not exactly sure why some of the stuff is so expensive. And even with brown sugar, literally brown sugar is nothing more than sugar with molasses mixed into it. So it maybe try molasses too. Do I take probiotics? No. So if you have gut issues already, and you take probiotics, it is going to make it so much worse than it was before. That it just isn't. It's not a good idea. It's not a good idea. One of the people who explained this very well was that Ray Pete. I know that video still exists. If you type in, I believe Ray Pete into my, if you go to my actual page and you go to search and you type in Ray Pete, I did do a video with him and he explains that very well. There's no real probiotics out there either unless you buy from a reputable company. Yeah, there's not too many reputable companies. The only probiotic that I've ever used was Puridyme. They've got one. It's prolific, which I really like. So if you're somebody who likes to make yogurt or basically yogurt, like vegan yogurt, it's prolific, so it'll actually break everything down into individual molecules, and you can eat it. That it turns it into. That's what they use to make yogurt. What about fermented foods like sauerkraut or even natto? Try it out. If you're somebody who has digestion issues, those might really screw with you. If you get really bloated after you eat either one of those, chances are it's not it happens in the small intestines. It just doesn't mix well. So try it out. I mean, natto, I haven't had that since man, a long time. Too salty. It is really salty. Gosh, I haven't had natto since probably 2005, I want to say. But yeah, I mean, try it out. Try all this stuff out. This is basically what this channel is me trying out because I don't really trust studies. Plant-based source, super high in vitamin K. I don't know. I mean, is anybody who eats greens really low in vitamin K? What is natto? It's basically fermented soybeans. It's really nasty looking. It, but I mean, it tastes pretty good. The one thing that I've had somewhat similar to that is tempeh. I don't mind tempeh, but I haven't had it in a long time. And I think tempeh is defatted soybean, so it doesn't really have a lot of fat in it. But then again, it's pretty processed, so I don't, you stay away from that stuff. But you can find defatted tempeh bacon. So if you really like that flavor, never seen it or had it. If you live in an area that does not have a lot of Asian people or is just not like I live in a melting pot. There's literally no nationality, religion, nothing that exists that you can't find here. But if you don't live in an area like that, chances are you probably have never seen it. Like, I would never have found natto in some of the small areas that I lived in PA, but that's why I left because I couldn't stand it. Have you changed how you eat recently? What is a typical day like? I have changed it a little bit. I subbed out the sugar with dates, but I forgot to buy dates today, so I'm gonna probably have to use sugar tomorrow. And I'm backing off my starch to just potatoes for right now. I want to see how that acts. Because I've had a lot of success with potatoes in the past, more so than rice. Uh, the rice was actually out of necessity. I had an old Zoji Rushi rice cooker, and it was from Japan. The girl who I bought it from was Japanese. She brought it from Japan here, and it was really getting old. And it wasn't working properly anymore, so it was kind of leaking a little bit, and it was such a pain in the ass to clean. So I kind of stopped using it. So because of that, and I don't like cooking rice on the stove. So because of that, I would just not use it, and I made potatoes instead. And I didn't make a whole lot of pasta. There's plenty of Asian stores around where I live. I just rarely shop at them. Yeah, I mean, if you're gonna find it anywhere, it's gonna be an Asian store usually. Sometimes if it's a really good Asian store, they'll make their own, but not always. Yeah, I'm convinced potatoes are the most slimming food and satiating. I don't really find them to be satiating, but slimming, Yeah, 100%. I think. I don't know. We'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. I'm basically my own study. I basically came on to create a YouTube channel to be my own study. I knew I was gonna take a lot of flack, get called fat, obese, or whatever quite a bit, but, it is what it is, and I just I'm testing everything out. Gotta get on the potato bandwagon. Yeah. The one thing I have to say is I have kind of backed off from, being a organic potato snob. So I just kind of go into the store and see what looks best. I don't know if you guys saw, if you're not on my Instagram, go follow me on Instagram because I do a lot of little shorts there. And I did find some really good potatoes the other day at Whole Foods, but man, it was 8 pounds of potatoes. The shit cost me $22 because it was organic. So I have backed off. I mean, back in the day, back prior to uh 2021, early 2021 happening, um it was like 69 cents for organic potatoes. Now it's like 2.49, so it's really getting out of hand. Gonna interview Spud Fit. Him and I do not get along. We got in a huge, huge, huge argument in 2020, and I highly doubt that that would happen. He may have forgotten who I am, though, so maybe. I just don't like the path that he's gone down. Like he lost all that weight eating unlimited amounts of potatoes, and now he's talking about 50-50 plate in Starvation Nation. And I don't really like the idea of anybody living off some people could call it potatox or whatever. Stupid name, but I'm just not into that. I don't want to promote something that I don't believe in. Like I've had raw people on here because I actually believe in raw. Raw is amazing. If you can find everything, if you've got the money, it's absolutely amazing. But it really requires. I had somebody get mad at me for saying that it cost me $400 a week for raw. If you're just doing fruit, it wouldn't cost you that much. But I was doing a lot of green juices at the time, and green juices use a lot of produce. And I stopped doing it because I'm like, this is such a waste. But that's when I got the dehydrator. Oh, it's over there. I thought it was behind me. That's when I got the dehydrator and I started making crackers out of some of the pulp. I don't buy anything organic. I just wash it well. It's too much. I don't even wash it. I mean, what's the difference? They're spraying the hell out of us anyway. Not based on science, just personal experience. Preparing them simple helps. No roasting, just boiled or steamed for weight loss. That is another thing. I think these really extravagant meals are very hard to digest for the body, no matter how healthy they are. And that is probably one of the biggest issues that causes the digestion problems. I'm not really worried about science. I think it's just not my thing. Do you watch, Vegetable Police? Not in a long time. Do you buy all organic? No, not at all. Apples, I try to buy organic, but I haven't lately. Bananas, I do try to buy organic. They do tend to be pretty sprayed. Have you ever seen Broccoli Mom? Yeah, she's I actually have man, we used to talk. She's the one that actually told me about Ryan Adams, and he's another one that's all into the Seco. And has lost a lot of weight. Yeah, but it's 50-50. You're gonna lose weight, but if you don't maintain that, if you come off that at all, and you're gonna have to keep eating less and less and less. I've done this. I'm not doing it again. This is why I create this channel. I don't want people going down that path. If you live on calories in, calories out, you're gonna have to live on calories in, calories out the rest of your life, or you're going to get massively overweight, and it's probably gonna stop being effective at some point because your body, your thyroid is gonna tank, and then you're gonna have to be on stimulants and it's just a hot mess. You could be very healthy eating food from the Dollar Tree. Come on, people. I guess. Yes, less ingredients this way so helpful for me too. Just potatoes and broccoli or a vegan mix or a veg mix frozen. Yeah, I've got an extravagant thing up there. I think it's got 5 ingredients. I'm making it. I got a soup in the instant pot. I think I used to actually when I first started this channel, if you watch some of my old videos, I used to actually have a 5 ingredient limit, not including spices. And I'm going back to that, if not less. I tried to follow her plate, but couldn't. Yeah, I mean, you can't do it. I have her ebooks. That's what they want you to have. This is a formula. This is the exact formula for 50-50 plate. They take a woman who is moderately to really attractive. She's lost exactly 70 pounds, every one of them, almost every one of them, 70 pounds. And they got the plan for you. They all go tanning so you don't see how bad their skin is. And then they sell you their book. And then the book isn't good enough. You got to do their coaching. And this is how they reel you in. And it's the same formula for every one of them, almost like 90% of them, 70 pounds. How's that possible? Yeah, it's like 70 is must be a really good number for the algorithm. The simpler the food and cooking process, the better I digest it. Yeah. Well, I mean, it's yeah. I'm just saying you don't have to eat organic to be super healthy. No, you don't. Yeah, I'm going to just do my own thing. Yeah. I mean, paying these people to tell you how to eat potatoes is just ridiculous. you know. I mean, I don't mind paying people for helping you. And I do maybe too much stuff on here for free. But yeah, it just it's the same old formula. Yeah, just read Maximum Weight Loss. It's literally all they're doing. But even the creator of Maximum Weight Loss wishes he didn't write Maximum Weight Loss. It's sad how McDougall gets all this flack for his appearance. I think aging has so many factors. It's a random comment. Yeah, I think if you eat nothing but starch, I think you're going to be dehydrated, and I think that's he's a victim of being dehydrated. Is really uh the brunt of it. So I think it's just straight up dehydration. I just and that's what ages you a lot more. You don't think it's a lack of fat? No. I mean, the guy claim or tells everybody he added 1,200 grams of fat back into his diet. I mean, it's not changing anything. Hydration is way more important than fat. You still got fat. Even somebody who is, I forget what the statistic is. Somebody who is like 1.3% body fat still has enough fat on them to last them for like 3 to 5 days or something like that. You don't need a lot of fat. It doesn't have anything to do with that. Yeah, but he can just hydrate and maybe look better. I don't know if they're going to. They're so deep into that starch, no fruit. I don't think it's gonna happen. The whole no fruit thing is the reason that I came off McDougall. I hated it. I don't know if I love eating fruit all day, but I'm not cutting it out. And then he backtracks on that one. If you ask him point blank about fruit, he backtracks. And he talks about triglycerides. Well, triglycerides are going to happen if you're eating high carb, low fat, because they're going to start dumping out of your fat cells, and they're going to be in your bloodstream. And then when you get tested, they're going to be high. Good reminder to drink water, like those people who walk around with the gallon jugs. Yeah, I mean, I've always got a gallon jug in my car. I got one behind me. I got two 5-gallon jugs up in the kitchen. I always have water with me. People always say that I don't look my age, and it's because I've always been a freak for water, no matter what diet I was on. If you ask anybody that I've ever worked with in any factory, office, whatever job I've ever had, the one thing that they would say about me is A, I'm an asshole, and B, I always had a gallon of water with me. Perhaps Dr. McDougall produces more advanced glycation and products because of the high starch. I think he's somebody that's been on starch for so long that he doesn't want to change the formula. And honestly, be honest with yourself. When you're in your mid to late 70s, do you really care anymore? I mean, life expectancy is what, 84? I don't even think it's 84 anymore. This is actually the first generations that's expected to live not as long as their parents. So I don't know what the life expectancy is, but I mean, honest to God, if you're in decent condition, you still can function like they do. Would you really care in your mid 70s? You're with the person that you're going to be with the rest of your life. You're not looking for a new partner. You're not looking for anything else. It's just they don't care. Uh, I hate peeing all the time, but maybe it's actually healthy. Yeah, I mean, you should go 10 to 12 times a day. And an aging tip water that will get me to drink. Yeah. This is the vanity thing. Just think of vanity. I only drink water with lemon juice in it. Don't like plain water. I don't understand that one. I've had people say that before. I literally can just drink a gallon of water with like just sitting here. I do it all the time. The only thing that annoys me is I got to go upstairs to get more water. It's the first world problems at the pinnacle. When I add greens to my smoothies, I'm urinating like crazy. Yeah, that happens to me too. There's a lot of chemicals in water. Are you sure you don't won't drink all that? Oh, I don't drink out of tap water ever. Reverse osmosis, or if you really have to, like a 10-stage filter. I'm not sure I have an RO filter at home. I don't drink bottled water yet. I don't buy bottled water. If you got a Costco membership, they'll actually deliver it to you. It's not too expensive. I don't do that. I just take the gallon. I just take my 5-gallon tubs up to get filled. You should interview Vegetable Police. He tries everything. Yeah, I could reach out to him. That might be interesting. I know very little about him. I'm just always hungry if I drink a lot of water. Yeah, it does tend to empty your stomach. That's why it's really good that if you're gonna drink it while before you're eating, to definitely drink it before you eat. Because if you drink it afterwards, it does tend to empty your stomach quicker. Are you done with DR? No, I think his protocols work. I just think maybe Freely's interpretation of it may maybe work a little bit better. I don't have a problem with adding sugar in. It's just if you're somebody who doesn't exercise a lot or just doesn't want to, I just don't know that it's really necessary. Costco is 45 minutes away from me. I have a membership, but only go a few times a month. Oh, well, they deliver to you. You just go on their app and you type in your zip code and see if they'll deliver it. Do you eat oatmeal? It does keep me full for a long time. I don't eat a ton of oatmeal. I have not had oatmeal probably in 2 years now, actually. Like grocery delivery, yeah, they have their system you rent. It's like this little. It kind of looks like the coffee, not the coffee, the water cooler basically at an office. You get one of those, they deliver it to you, and then they just deliver the however many gallons you order. It really wasn't that expensive for what it is. Do your parents eat like you? No. Have you tried to get them to try this way of eating? I have. It's not going to happen. My mom is 72. My dad is 68. Not going to happen. But they're relatively healthy for their ages. My mom would benefit from it, but she's just never going to do it. Yeah, I mean, she worries about everything, so she would worry about it. She would. I mean, I almost don't even want. I don't even talk about it. I don't even want her to be on it because she would call me 24 hours a day about how worried she was about this and how it's just. She basically lives on chicken breast, Cheerios, and like a piece of bread. It's ridiculous what she does. The problem that she's run into over her life is she gets she's she was called fat when she was younger, and I don't know if it was the fact that she was fat or that she literally why I know this. My mom's boobs come up in conversation, but she's like a double G, I mean, they're huge. So like it makes women look fatter when they have a large chest. So I don't know if she's just got that connotation to her. I have no idea. I hate oats. Just one day I couldn't handle oats anymore. We had to break up. The only way I like oats is when it's got applesauce in it. That's really good. Yeah, both my parents are, uh, older people are stuck in their ways. Yeah, I mean, what are you gonna do? I mean, she's 72. She looks like she's like 55. I mean, I just it's I just don't even care. She's gonna do what she's gonna do. Um, yeah, both my parents are pre-diabetic, high blood pressure, but not interested in changing their diet. I mean, are you gonna be interested in changing your diet at that age either? I mean, some people are. Some people realize that they've got years left. Some people are just happy with the, you know, they don't eat. A matter of fact, my dad, I always used to kind of make fun of him because he ate a lot more vegetables, and sometimes, like my mom used to get migraines. He would come home and he would make dinner for everybody. Either A, we would go to Wendy's before the salad bar closed. I'm aging myself here. When they still had their salad bar, we would go to Wendy's and we would get just salad bars and eat. That was like one of my favorite days, whenever that happened. But unfortunately, it was my mom had a migraine. Oh, or he would cook whatever he wanted to, but a lot of times he would make portobello mushroom burgers and stuff. So he's always kind of been on that. So maybe that's where I get some of my interest from it. He's also really into smoking, with the smoker and everything. He's just not going to give it up, and it just is what it is. And then they look at me with all the problems I've had, but if they knew how bad keto was for me, they see, the thing is I lived in PA when I was 405. They really never saw it. They saw it one time for Christmas in 2010. They never saw the struggle that I went through. So they really didn't see my transition. And fat people don't like taking, well, they didn't used to, didn't like taking pictures. So how much does reverse osmosis cost? And there is any other filtration systems? If I go to Whole Foods, it's 39 cents a gallon. If you do it yourself, I think you can get decent ones. I know if you get Culligan route, it's like 5 grand, but I know you can get half decent ones. I shudder even saying this, but you can get them on Amazon. Mm, just don't like that company. I don't know how, I don't know for how much. I probably would have saved money doing it by now, but I haven't. You said in the video you gained a bit of weight back. Were you strict on the diet with that, or did you mess up? No, I didn't mess up. My stress levels are just way high. Last year was a year I wouldn't wish on anybody. I'm assuming this year is going to be better. Dude, big lungs. I assume you're talking about my mom. Uh, my mom grew up on farm and scoffs at vegetables and fruits. So I know somebody who's the complete opposite of that, and she's 94 now. She grew up during the Great Depression era, and she saw what the animals went through when they were being murdered, and she won't eat anything. She's been vegan basically for since the Great Depression. Sugar over starches, depends on the sugar. Yes, my mom is the same, won't eat a single vegetable. Yeah, that I don't understand that. I don't maybe you guys are younger than me and they grew up during the TV dinner era in the 70s and in the 80s. I have no idea. A lot of them people, matter of fact, I was in Ocean City one time, and um these kids didn't even know that real fruit existed. They thought it was just something that flavored gummies. Do you consider yourself vegan, like no leather shoes, suede? Yes, but technically, supposedly, according to vegan rules, you can buy secondhand leather and vegan, considered vegan. I don't know. I've never really been a huge fan of leather stuff, anyways, but I do like it in a car just because if you're sweating at like a workout or whatever, it just wipes right off, unlike fabric. But I don't actually, I have fabric in this car. And they ate a lot of potatoes during the Great Depression era too. Yeah, they did. If you look at the, what was his name, him Henneke or whatever, that's when one of the biggest potato studies was ever done. It was done. What was it, the Netherlands? And they basically cured themselves of all ailments that they thought was based on stress because of the war, and all of their ailments went away. And they were eating basically, it was basically all of them. All these studies were potatoes and a little bit of fat. every single one of them. Yeah, I buy leather goods, secondhand, and my car is leather too. Your whole car is leather, huh? Maybe I'm a hypocrite. Laugh aloud. I don't call myself vegan because of the policing. Yeah, some of the most ridiculous people I've ever met are vegans, so I try not to even have that connotation. I don't have shirts that say I'm vegan or anything, but I don't. Making potatoes right now in the oven. I've got potatoes waiting for me in in Instapot. They're calling my name. I'm about to go answer the call pretty soon here. But yeah, potatoes are, definitely one of the kings of the starches. I don't think rice is terribly far behind. Beans are underrated if you can digest them. I agree with that. I wouldn't wanna base my entire diet around beans. And, I was talking to somebody in the DMs the other day, and she said that lentils were, like, basically her, fat melter. So, lentils and actually, in this book too dang, in this book, Turn Off the Fat Genes, he talks about lentils a lot in that book. I f I find it hard to, meet a chill vegan. I'm about as chill as it gets, but I don't really call myself vegan. It's really hard to get to me, really hard to get to me. I'm about as temperate as it gets. I grew up on rice and beans. The problem with, people associate the rice and beans with getting fat now because a lot of rice and beans have a lot of oil, avocado, whatever else in them, and if you're eating that, that's just a recipe for obesity. Same rice and beans digest so well for me, very satiating, slimming. It is, and I don't think that beans do too well with potatoes, but, to each their own. If you guys could hit the thumbs up button, that would just make me so happy. I wish I could eat lentils, but I'm allergic to lentils, soy, beans, and peanuts. I mean, you got beans, right? Baked beans aren't bad. I know, in England, they like toast and baked beans. That one confuses me. Although I did try it the other day. If you buy pita bread and you just cut it up and you put it in an air fryer, it actually comes out like, pita chips, and I dipped that in, some, uh, baked beans that I had left over that I didn't want to go bad. Yeah, Spanish people put a lot of oil in our foods. Yeah, I figured Torres. When I cook for myself, I don't add any oil, but, with family, they add oil. Yeah, it's the oil thing is getting out of hand. I was actually watching with Sandy last night. I was watching, um, Bobby Flay and, Tamaris Phillips had this show. It was very uppity, but the dude put so much oil on everything. I'm like, "Damn." Pinto beans and beans on toast is underrated. I mean, there you go. There you go. I do like pinto beans, actually. What do you think of those green powders like spirulina? I've answered this in the past. The only greens that I really like and really have to take it slow, otherwise it's gonna detox you so hard that you might like get sick like the day you take it. But Hallelujah Acres has Barley Max. That stuff is about the best green powder I've ever seen in my life. It's like $50 for a tub. Go slow with it. Another thing that you can do is wormwood. Wormwood can kill you too, so don't take too much of it. But another thing that you can do is wormwood, and it'll kill parasites and clean you out. Yeah, that bloom greens powder is all over social. I don't know what that is, but I do know that Hallelujah Acres is got a really, really good green, Barley Max. They got a couple of others. I've only had the Barley Max. I know they got one from Beats. They might have a carrot one. But yeah, I just remember, I mean, it detoxed me hard. You really gotta take it slow with that one. But they actually grow their own stuff. I loosely follow medical medium. He is a detox smoothie where the ingredients call for barley and spirulated powders. That sounds absolutely terrible. Mm-mm. Like Arnold says, if it ain't yummy to the tummy, I don't eat it. It's a delicious smoothie, my fave. I don't know if you're lying to me or if you're lying to me, but who knows? Spirulina is not too bad though. I guess it does have kind of a sweet undertone to it, but I think I'd rather have beans on toast. I had a vegan $10 burrito. Feels real good. From where? I'll DM you the ingredients on Insta. All right, cool. Yeah. What was I gonna say? I forgot. Gone like the wind. Yeah, I don't know. Just completely lost my train of thought. Anyway, I think I'm gonna be heading out of here soon because I gotta eat. It's like 8 o'clock probably by now. 7:58. Tastes real good. Ever get Chipotle? That's what I was gonna say. Chipotle vegan burritos. They are so salty that I felt like I was just going to I just couldn't even drink enough water. I just could not drink enough water. I could not handle it. So no. I have had them. Chipotle tastes like the food is old and stale. The ones here are so busy, it really doesn't. But yeah. Thanks for bringing up beans and toast. I'm going to toast sourdough bread and make my own. Yep, it's good stuff. I tried it the other day. Anyway, I'm gonna be heading out of here. Any final concerns, questions? I'll go for a few more minutes here. No, it's not looking like it. All right. I probably put a video out tomorrow. Probably come on here on Friday, I think, around 3:15 Eastern Standard Time. And that's gonna be about it. I think that's it. All right.